How to write results section for scientific papers. Today, we will explore preparation, structure, and presentation, and how to provide relevant statistics for results section. Additionally, we will show results interpretation, tips and precautions, and more. Welcome to our presentation on writing the results section of scientific papers. The results section is a crucial part of your research paper, where you present your findings. In this presentation, we will guide you through the process of writing an effective results section. The results section aims to report the findings of your research in a systematic manner. It provides a clear and concise presentation of your data and supports your research objectives. The results section should address the research questions and hypotheses stated in your paper. Firstly, let's talk about preparation. Understand the purpose and requirements of the results section. Review your study design, methodology, and data analysis techniques. Familiarize yourself with the journal's guidelines and formatting requirements. 2. Structure and presentation. Start with a brief introduction that connects the results to the previous sections of your paper. Present the main findings in a logical and coherent manner. Use subheadings to organize and categorize your results for clarity. Clearly state the main findings of your study. Use concise and precise language to describe your results. Highlight the most significant and relevant findings. Use simple and clear language to communicate your findings effectively. Avoid the use of uncertain or ambiguous terms. Keep your sentences short, uncomplicated, and to the point. Keep in-depth clarification of your results to the discussion section. Incorporate graphs, tables, and figures to visually represent your data. Choose the most appropriate type of visual representation for your data. Ensure that your visuals are clear, properly labeled, and referenced in the text. When selecting the type of statistical graph or chart to represent your data, it is important to consider the type of data you have and the message you want to convey. Here are some guidelines to help you choose the appropriate graph or chart for different types of data. For categorical data, bar charts, use a bar chart to compare categories or groups. The height of each bar represents the frequency or proportion of each category. Pie chart, use a pie chart to show the proportion of each category in a whole. Each category is represented by a slice of the pie. For numerical data, use a histogram to display the distribution of numerical data. It shows the frequency or count of data within specific intervals or bins. Use a box plot to summarize the distribution of numerical data, including the median, quartiles, and outliers. Comparison of data. Use a scatter plot to show the relationship between two numerical variables. Each data point is represented by a dot on the graph. Use a stacked bar chart to compare the composition of different categories within a group. Proportions or percentages. Use a stacked area chart to show the composition of different categories over time. Use a 100% stacked bar chart to compare the proportions of different categories across groups. Relationships or correlations. Use a heat map to visualize the relationship between two categorical variables. It uses color intensity to represent the strength of the relationship. Use a bubble chart to show the relationship between three variables. The size of each bubble represents the value of the third variable. Remember to choose a graph or chart that effectively represents your data and supports the message you want to convey. Consider the nature of your data, the research question, and the audience when making your selection. 3. Providing relevant statistics. When presenting statistical data, include relevant measures such as means, standard deviations, or p-values. Clearly state the statistical tests used and provide any necessary details about the analysis. Use appropriate statistical language and terminology. 4. Interpretation. Provide a concise interpretation of your results. Discuss the implications of your findings and how they relate to your research objectives. Avoid introducing new information or discussing methods in the results section. Keep logical flow within your interpretation. 5. Tips and precautions. Do not omit negative or inconclusive results. Include all relevant findings, even if they do not support your hypotheses. Discuss the potential reasons for unexpected or negative results. Consider using subheadings to organize your results section. Subheadings can help readers navigate through different aspects of your research. Ensure that subheadings are clear, concise, and aligned with the content. Maintain an objective tone throughout the results section. Present the facts without personal bias or interpretation. Save the discussion and interpretation for the subsequent sections. Continuously refer back to the research questions and hypotheses stated in your paper. Clearly demonstrate how each result contributes to answering the research questions. Emphasize the significance of your findings in addressing the research objectives. 6. Proofreading and editing. Carefully proofread your results section for grammar and spelling errors. Ensure consistency and clarity in your writing. Review the flow and coherence of the section to enhance readability. Before finalizing your results section, seek feedback from colleagues or experts. Peer review can help identify any errors, inconsistencies, or areas for improvement. Incorporate constructive feedback to enhance the clarity and accuracy of your results. In summary, the results section is a critical part of your scientific paper. Organize your results logically, connect them to research questions, and use visual representations. Congratulations! You now have a better understanding of how to write the results section for scientific papers. Remember to follow the guidelines discussed in this presentation to present your findings effectively. Writing a clear and concise results section will enhance the research impact. That's all for today. Be tuned with our video series about scientific writing. Playlist. Happy researching!